If you're getting destroyed right now in defense in college football 26, it's probably because you're not doing one of the 3 things I'm breaking down in this video from the dime 2-3 odd formation. Let's jump right into it. All right, so like I said, we're going to be in the dime 2-3 odd formation here. I'll have the playbooks that this is found in. The play that I'm gonna be basing a lot of this out of is DB Fire 2. And that's why the first topic that we have to talk about is run defense, okay? You can see right here, if we're gonna run this defense, we have 3 defensive linemen. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 big guys, meaty guys in the middle, okay? So really what the offense can do is take the snap a lot of the time, hand the ball off, and look at all that running room in the middle, okay? And it's gonna be very tough for you to stop, a lot of you guys, to stop the run from this defense, but I'm gonna show you how you can make it very easy, okay? Same thing I talk about in Madden. If you guys watch some of those breakdowns, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more weekly content. But all you're gonna see, I'm gonna line up 4 yards over this guard, okay? The right guard here. I'm gonna loop around and then I'm going to meet that guy in the backfield. Now I'm holding 2 controllers, so it's a little bit harder for me to dive tackle, but when you meet this guy at the point of attack, so boom, I'm here. You can see this guard's trying to get me. I run right around him because I'm way faster than him. I would dive about here so that you can tackle this guy in the backfield. You see what happens when you end up not, tackling him or not dive tackling. You get into a tackle battle where he's able to, push forward a little bit, but very consistently, you're just able to loop around these guys and dive tackle, okay? I'm going to flip their run here so that I can show you guys that it's going to be the exact same thing. Don't worry about the formation or for the defensive line alignment here for us, but that wouldn't happen for you. But what you're gonna see is I'm gonna stand this time over the left guard, 4 yards off the ball. I'm gonna take the snap, I'm gonna loop around, and you see I'm in the backfield, okay? What's either going to happen when you loop around, you are essentially glitching out the offensive line and making run defense for the rest of your team very easy, or you're just gonna come in yourself. You see how this time I get picked up by the guard, I eventually get through, but there's 3 guys tackling Jam Miller in the backfield. Whereas in the last play, I was the only one there to make that play. The lineman let me free and I came in to make the play. So very often, even when you have these 3-down lineman defenses that you think are bad against the run, really good defensive players are still able to do it by simply gap shooting. All right, so next we're gonna talk about the best way to play pass defense against spread or trips formations. Let me show you. All right, so we have a 3x1 trips formation right here, okay, from the offense. And let's just have them call any standard pass play vertical, okay? This is why I love this defense against trips formations that I always have every year, because it gives you great versatility. You're essentially able to put 8 defensive backs in the field. Right? We start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All 8 of these guys can be defensive backs. So slot corners, outside corners, safeties, whatever it is, you can put safeties here in DBs, which gives you more speed, agility, versatility on defense, right? And then you have your 3 pass rushers, boom, boom, boom. You make those guys really good, right? That's great for you. But here with this defense, the coverage shell that I normally like, there's 2 of them, all right? So we're gonna start with this one where pretty much we're just going to run cover 3, a cover 3 cloud, okay? We're gonna run cover 3 on their trip side to help shut down their fades and corners and stuff on the trip side. Now, key adjustment, I would always make sure that this corner is backed off. In this game specifically, I don't like to press receivers because of takeoff, so I back those guys off. But I do like to have my safety depth close with my width on pinch, like normal. But what you're gonna see is we're gonna always pass commit our defense. We're gonna press RB, and then we're gonna flip the right stick up to pass commit, okay? So boom, and then I'm still gonna stand about, 3 yards, 2 yards over this guard, and I'm gonna try to get his attention, turn him inside, and help make our slot corner on the right here come in free. I would also put a hard flat on this backside corner. But what you're gonna see is when the offense goes to take snap, we're gonna get this attention, boom, and we're gonna get a guy to come in free, okay? That's a 4-man rush. And really, regardless if they're blocking 6 or if they're blocking 5, they're blocking 7, doesn't really matter here. You see how I'm able to turn this guard inside. See if I can get onto him. Boom, no. There we go. Turn him inside a bit, and then that allows for our slot corner to, at least get a head start. Sometimes he ends up looping around completely and coming in free, and sometimes this happens where he just takes a poor angle, and it isn't necessarily the greatest rush. But you're able to see we're able to take away their drag, and then we're able to come up and take away their crosser. Now, you could also switch stick here. Sometimes when I get on college, I just forget that I can switch stick stuff just like I can in Madden. So I would probably just stick onto this drag and then switch stick onto the safety and come down and take away that crosser to that receiver. So again, set the defense up the same way, walk these two guys down, or have your safety definitely close with your whip on pinch. Set the defense up like that, back that guy off, pass through the defense, hard flat. Again, practicing your adjustments will make this defense a lot easier to run. But here we're gonna see again, boom, stick on this drag, switch stick up, and now you're able to see good pressure. That time the slot corner did a lot better job of collapsing that pocket again. Like I just told you, 4-man rush, 5-man rush, 6-man rush, then blocking those many guys. Look how far inside this guard comes because of my user defender. Boom, this guy comes all the way inside 56. Look at him. He can't even this is the center that has to come pick up my slot corner. And this is all because I'm just coming down and looping to the left, and then I'm taking away their drag momentarily, and then I'm switching up to my safety to take away their crosser. And if they do this, I'm coming down and getting a breakup or interception. And then you're able to see we're just able to push our guys into the quarterback and get him down, okay? And I just told you there's a second coverage that I like against trips formations, okay? This time I'm gonna move my safety more into the middle of the field here. I'm gonna walk that guy down, and I'm going to set the defense up. So I'm gonna put a cloud flat on the outside, okay? Make sure you're paying attention. Then I'm gonna man my top safety on their outside receiver, just like this, okay? Next, I'm going to man my outside linebacker onto their slot receiver. So now it looks like this. Then we're going to put our top safety onto this guy, and then we are going to man our our slot corner under their tight end. So the defense is gonna look something like this. Now you're blitzing them off of the left side, okay? BLT, how does that change where my user stands? Now you're gonna wanna stand right here, and whatever you wanna do with this other corner, I would probably just put him in a cloud flat, do something like this, cloud flat both sides. That's a pretty good defense. So again, you're gonna stand right here, and this time you're trying to loop again inside. So you're gonna go towards the left, right? I would also press my defense so that my slot corner comes down. And then, this is how the coverage would be. So I'm gonna try to turn this guard to the right. Boom, take the snap, move this guy inside, and there it is. It's so easy. It is so easy to get pressure in this game, because when you start to understand how you can just move these guys, move these guards, and come with a delayed rush, you're able to see, if we just look at the blitz right here, boom, same thing happens. 71 turns inside to get me, or even though I'm not coming, he thinks he's trying to get me, then he's just late, right? He still touches him, but my slot corner just runs by him. I mean, that's a slot corner against an offensive lineman. He should never win that rep, but the only reason he does is because 71's too slow and he's too late to recognize the blitz, okay? We look at the coverage also. This is great against crossers and post routes, because look at this. We're guarding this from across the field, so we already have the leverage, the inside leverage, and we're able to take that away down the field. Also having this guy manned up down the field, squeeze the back line of the end zone, make that a tough throw, whether they want to lob it or they want to bullet it. And then, like I said, Ty Simpson, whoever the quarterback is on the ground. Not to mention, you still have these outside corners here in coverage to help bracket and take stuff away. If you want to put a hard flat to take away that swing route, cool. If you want to put this guy in a different zone to help take away a different route combination, cool. But when you're able to get pressure against 6, them blocking 6, by you only sending 4, that is going to be very, very good for you. And both of those coverage shells are great against strip formations. All right, before we jump into the last most important adjustment you need to understand out of this dime 2-3 odd to stop bunch formations, I'm gonna need you to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, so that this video can get shared to more people. Let's jump right back into it. All right, so the last thing, like I said, I'm gonna break down is bunch defense from dime 2-3 odd. Bunch, a very common method you're gonna play against, and along with trips, that's gonna give you the complete defensive key, just like that. All right, so here we go. We're going to be playing against a bunch formation here. And the beautiful thing about bunch is it's pretty compressed, and this defense is really great against it. So again, I would have my coaching adjustment, safety depth on close, width on pinch, so that you don't have to walk those safeties down in this game. But if you're playing against a takeoff receiver, maybe you would want to change it up. But again, we're talking about a cross man defense here. Okay, man your top safety onto their tight end, man your outside linebacker onto their outside receiver like that. And then I normally like to take my top safety and man him up onto this slot receiver, okay? And then on the outside, I always have my cloud flat. And the great thing about bunch is it's not spread out. So you don't actually have to, you can blitz 5 if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't. I probably would just man up, cross man their running back, or I would still blitz my slot corner, but put a flat out here onto this guy. And again, like I said, I would back off of that receiver just because takeoff's a thing in this game. But really, it's the same thing, okay? If I'm gonna blitz off of this side, I'm gonna move this guy out just a little bit here. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna try to move this guard inside, okay? So they're gonna call this play, boom, right? Now, unfortunately, our guy got chipped up, but the great thing is you're able to get a shed, okay? You're able to get a shed, and you're able to go get that guy down. Now, the thing is, here against bunch, they have so many more route combinations, I feel like, that they can call, that you're going to have to mix it up a bit more. This is one of the benefits that they're going to use when they're running bunch, is they're going to get these chips, which is kind of annoying. I'm just going to be honest, it's pretty annoying to see all those chips. But, you know, another great thing against bunch formations, people want to spam flood concepts, okay? So all you're going to do is have your flats on 20, boom, back off. Then you're just gonna run a double Mabel coverage. Set it up something like this. So again, we're trying to turn this guy inside, move him, and look at that. Beautiful defense. Now, you need to make sure you have zone drops on. Put your zone drops on 20. I forgot that would happen, a mistake. But I'm telling you, if you have this guy set to 20, he's not gonna come down. The only reason he came down is because he's on default. In this game, college football, you can't just use the custom zones feature. It's kind of broken low key, so don't use it. Just set your zone drops, and this will be guarded. Like I just said, the feature is just broken. So that's another tip you guys are learning here in this video. Don't use custom zones, they're broken. But you're able to see we're still able to get good pressure. This defense has pretty good sheds. You're able to take away their short route, and then your safety's able to obviously take away the backside post. But like I said, elephant in the room here, make sure that you have your zone drop set to 20 or 25, and you're not relying on the custom zones feature to go about stopping those flood concepts. So again, recap, against bunch, you can use the cross man defense like I showed you, which is going to give you added pressure, increased versatility. You can blitz more people, and then if you want to run the double Mabel coverage, stop those flood concepts, make sure that you have your zone drop set to 20 with your safety depth and close, width on pinch, and don't use the custom zone feature. All right, that should hopefully make it very easy, or much easier, to play defense here in College Football 26. Comment down below what questions you have about this defense, what you may be struggling with. But if you want me to coach you one-on-one on College Football 26 to ensure you're doing things correctly and winning more games, check out this video right here where I walk you through all the different ways we can work together to improve your game. Peace.